Good morning and welcome to this Rodent 132 Albatross D3 build with myself, Bearded Veteran Crates, aka Mikey, and Steph, the budget modeler. How are you doing, Steph?
Hello. I'm.
Oh dear. What ails you?
I had a tooth removed yesterday at the dentist. Tooth came out fairly okay, but one of the roots snapped. So they had to dig out and get that out. So I was there for about 15-20 minutes. Yeah. And I'm still suffering this morning, so I've been popping tramadol and paracetamol like bloody Smarties.
So you're twitching now, eh? If we start twitching, we know why.
No, if I start twitching, I'll fall on the floor, and if that happens, call the ambulance.
I can't. I don't know your address.
I can message you. You can actually find out from here.
Find it on this one. Send help. Tap it out in Morse.
Yes. If I knew Morse, I would. So yeah, that's. I'm just glad you're running the show today. So, how's you, Mikey?
I'm all right, buddy. I'm happy as ever.
Good.
I'm the jolly fat guy in the corner. I'm always happy.
Good.
You've been busy this week, other than getting pliers stuck in your gob.
Yeah, fairly busy. I've been working on the cauldron. That's coming along quite nice. I want to get that finished and done, like this one for Milton Keynes at the end of the month. So that's my aim, is to get those two finished, to get them down there. Once I've got the cauldron finished, I can then start on my kit bash, which is a surprise. So that'll be going out.
That should be fun.
We'll see what we see where we can get with that. I doubt very much whether I'll get that thing finished by Milton Keynes, because I ain't that prolific.
Yeah.
So we'll just see.
How's the Zero coming along?
I haven't touched it since last week sometime. So I've done nothing this week. I was wiped out by the NEC last weekend.
Yeah.
Just 2 days of wandering around the NEC doing Models for Heroes stuff and getting full body scanned. But don't tell Gary Morris, because he missed out when he was there on Saturday. He should have been there on Sunday.
Are you going to be creating 3D prints of yourself?
And my wife, yes.
Yeah, excellent.
So is John Mayfield.
Excellent.
The guys at Model U, they're the ones who did it for us. They also donated a load of their brand new RAF ground crew from World War II.
Yeah.
Oh, they're stunning prints. Stunning prints.
Nice.
Really nicely done. You can't see any layer lines. They're so well done. It's ridiculous. And they also offered John, myself, and Lisa to get a full 3D body print, body scan. They're going to send us the STL files after they've been cleaned up. So that'll be about 4 or 5 weeks. And Lisa and I have also said, well, seeing as you did it for free, you may use our likeness. So they're going to be able, I said they can cut our heads off and put them on different bodies.
Yeah. So we could have 1/16th step going out from Airfix or something soon.
Not from Airfix, no. Also spoke to another company called 3D Gizmo.
Yeah.
Craig and Kirsty.
Yeah.
Really nice. Dave got a Models for Heroes collection tin on their table because they've got a full-scale Paul.
Nice.
You know, the alien from the film Paul.
Yeah.
They've got a full-scale one of him. So every time somebody asks if they can get a photo, yep, not a problem. Do you want to pop a donation in for us then?
Brilliant.
And he's got some little signs about yay big, which says 3D Gizmo.
Yeah.
So I checked with Malcolm. Malcolm said, yes, you can. So I asked Craig if he could design some for Models for Heroes. And he's like, yep, not a problem. So we're having those on the table. And I was chatting with him about the full scan we had done.
Yeah.
He's You lucky bastard. What are you getting? Are you getting a figure or are you getting the STL? I said, I'm getting the STL because I've got a 3D printer at home so I can print myself off.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. I said, you want to borrow my head, don't you? And he went, yes. He has got some amazing prints as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, quite very, very lucky then. Very lucky to get that done.
Yeah.
Where's my dog? See if
You
I've
can have
got
an
it.
army of 135 Stephs.
Oh, hell yes. What a good idea.
Yeah. I think that'd be quite cool.
That'd be very cool.
You could do yourself as a pilot or anything.
Yeah.
Really
Right.
good fun.
Where are we?
Whilst you're looking for that, I'm going to go through the comments because we have got a load already.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to rattle through these quickly. Steph says, oi, oi. Wrong.
Oi.
Tiff says, oi, oi. Steph says, oi, oi. Mike says, oi, oi. Duke says, good day, blokes. Good day, Duke. Jim says, good morning, gents. Good morning, Jim. AD says, hello, Jeebus. Hello, AD. Tiff says, hey, AD. AD says, hey, Tiff. How's you? Jim says, sorry to hear that, Steph. Teeth problems are bloody awful. Feel better soon, mate.
Thank you very much.
Tiff says, not bad today, AD. How are you? AD says, not bad, just getting ready for work. Duke says, ooh, I feel your pain, Steph. It's good fun, isn't it?
No.
Gary says, good morning, plasticators. Good morning, Gary.
Oh, he's in. Shh, don't tell him about it.
Tiff says, nice. You'll be seeing more Queen Anne. Southampton is going to be her home port.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Have you seen that in Discord? He was responsible for docking the new Queen Anne cruise liner.
Oh, he was the reason why it got bumped.
Yeah. He took some photos of it at the dockside last night.
Nice.
It's stunning, all lit up. Tiff says, morning, Gary. 80 says, we have all three in this weekend. 80 says, good morning, Mr. Morris. Gary says, there ain't no scanner big enough for me.
Yes, there is. It's Malcolm we need to worry about.
Off with his head. Gary says, morning, Tiff. Morning, Otis. Mr. Skelly says, howdy, folks.
Morning,
Howdy,
Dave.
Steve. Tiff says, hey, Dave. Gary says, morning, Mr. Skelly. 80 says, we're going to do a video of Queen Anne with me singing the song sitting on the dock of the bay. Every time he comes on, we play it to him and it's winding him up. Gary says, PMSL and 80. Couldn't call him Andy then. 80 says, hey, Dave. Dave Skelly says, those model figures were amazing. The chickens were cool.
No, that's those Model U. That's the name of the company.
Ah.
So if you flick back to his,
yeah,
the name of the company is Model U.
Ah, the Model U figures are amazing.
Yeah. So that's the company who's doing it. They're just, they've got this new, anyway, finish off and I'll tell you all about them.
Okay. Tiff says, now that I'd love to see AD. The video about the Queen Anne and him singing. I mean, I'm assuming, I hope. Duke says, Steph, the Terminator.
I like that idea.
AD, we'll see what I can do, Tiff. I think that would be an interesting idea if people try and come up with ideas for what you could do with the 3D print of yourself.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Put in the comments an idea that you have that Steph could do as a 3D print of himself. And it has to be polite.
Right, here you go. This is the full body scan that I got taken.
Oh, it's a D&D figure then.
My God, I've got no arse. Look. I've got no bum at all. Look. And I got a big bald spot.
Well, you didn't see that.
But the best thing is, this is. Oh, come on.
Wrong place.
You can actually see and read what's on my tag. That is just mental.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental. So, yeah, thanks very much to the guys at Model U for doing that. You're an absolute bunch of stars.
You could do Steph the Grand Wizard or something.
Oh, yes. But it's finding somebody who can transpose my head.
Speak to Rory, because he does sculptures on digital sculptures.
Oh, right, cool.
He, you know, all his 3D prints that he does of all different random characters. That's all stuff he's sculpted himself online.
Yeah. Right.
We've got loads more.
Do you want to take us off full screen?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Tiff says, yes, Mikey, that's the only thing I want to see. Geez, I'm a taken woman. Gary says, Steph bombing up a Tonka.
I've already spoken to him about Ground Crew for the 70s and 80s.
80 says, I'm out. Dave says, oh, he's out because it's got to be polite. Dave Skelly says, 3D prints of Steph on a nuclear bomb a la Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, yes, I like that one.
Jim says, no rude and amazing shapes can we 3D print. Gary says, or pictures makes me that picture makes me think of Steph as Gandalf non-shell pass. That's exactly what I had in mind. Duke says, zombie killer.
Nice.
Columbus Models, welcome Callum. Says,
Hi, Callum.
evening from New Zealand, Mikey and Steph.
I hope you're well, mate. How's it going?
Yeah. So just to update you, Callum, Steph's had a 3D print of himself done. So what we're doing is in the comments, come up with ideas of what he can 3D print himself as. Because we think that would be a pretty cool idea.
Here you go. I was just for Callum.
That's a 3D printer, Steph.
Well, it's a 3D body scan, full 3D body scan of me.
Are you going to 3D print that and see if you can paint it? So
yes.
It looks like...
Yeah, and also Lisa's asked me wants me to do her as well. So I do her quite often, so that's not a
problem. And that's enough of that. Duke says, you could call your print Mini-Me.
Oh, yes.
And Gary says, today I am mostly editing video, as will I be. So, onto the desk. Have you got anything to show us that you've done this week, or should we go straight into the Albatross?
Let's go straight into the Albatross.
Yeah. We've had quite a lot of interaction today, haven't we?
Yep. It's always good.
Yeah. Steph, print a lot of them out and leave them around at friends' places for them to find. Yes.
Oh, hell yes. I love evil ideas like that.
Leave one in the bathroom or something next to the toilet, stood up behind the toilet or something.
Yeah.
Right. So what am I doing today?
Oh, we're not going to show what we've got done so far.
Yeah, we can do.
Cool.
So, I'll go first if you want. Well, you can go first. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Go on.
Cool. Right. So, I've got the vast majority of my Quintus Studios in there. So, let's have a quick look. You can see that will do. just in there. Yep, completely out. Just in there, you've got. Oh, good Lord. I'll get it right soon. There you go. You can see the handles.
Yeah.
Just about. There you go.
Nice.
And the dials are just mad. And then you've got all that, those and that on the wings on both sides. You got door flaps. And you got all this lot on the bottom. Plus you got at the back there. And there, and it's the same on the other side. So it's just getting it all sorted, ready and done.
But
And
have you put a motor in it yet?
no, I'm not going that. You're not calling me the Dutch. Then the next thing that goes on will be the machine guns will go in there, and then this is getting cropped. Well, it's already cropped. So I'll glue that on there.
Uh-huh.
That'll go on there, and that will then go on the front. And these two panels are coming off. One will be on there. No, that's the wrong side. That will be on there. And that will either be on there or on the floor, just because they can.
Yeah.
And then it shows off the engine.
Excellent.
So you've got a nice view inside the cockpit. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. And I'm just going to be, I've cut that to ribbons. And what I'm doing is I'm just, where's the one I've started? Is it this one? Is it that one or that one? Was it? Was it one of these two? No, it was this one. So what I'm doing is I'm just thinning the plastic down.
Yeah.
So get it down to scale. So just very carefully taking bits off using my rotary sander and then just skimming it down to a decent thickness.
Mm.
So it looks okay rather than sort of it being thick.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. What about you, Mikey?
Me? Little me? Well, I've done that bit. Come on. Focus, damn you. Focus. There we go. Right, so I've done that much. Yeah. See? Yeah, lovely. I've also sanded down. Come on. Sanded down the seams on the fuselage. Need to do a bit more on there. So I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to look at maybe doing the propeller. Because, and putting some of the struts on. Struts? Whatever they're called. Because I want this week, I want to prime it ready for next week so I can mask it up and I can spray the colours. Yeah, that's me.
Looking really good, mate.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Callum says, Steph, print a lot of them out and leave them around in place for you. It's fine.
I think we've done that one.
Yeah. Eddie said, that's because I am on Jeebus. You're on. It's not that time of the month already, is it, Eddie? Jim says, how forgetful of me. Albatross. Yeah, whenever I've mentioned it in a live stream, Jim always comes on and goes, Albatross. Callum says, can play Spot the Steph. That's something you could do. You could do one for Malcolm and then have it. You can have it dotted round in his shed, and you got to try and spot it during the live shows. That'd be a funny game.
When we go on holiday, we go on we usually cruise.
Yeah.
And what they do is they put these ducks around the place, and when you find one, it's got a little tag with it, so you sign it. So I'm very tempted to print a load of me off and do that with me.
Yeah. Well, Tiff's just said, do one of those things where people hide boatloads of rubber ducks. But it can be mini Stephs.
Yeah. Liking your thinking, Tiff.
Ooh. Columbus says instead of Elp on the shelf, it could be Steph on a. What could it be? Steph on a.
That's a really good. What does my name rhyme with? And it's got to be not well. Sorry, it doesn't matter. Anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's rude or crude, it doesn't matter.
Come on, people, get thinking. Steph on a heifer. So, what's everyone else working on this week? Anything interesting? I know Callum's been working on his whippet. It's looking really good now.
Cool.
Yeah. He's shown it us this morning.
Oh, aye, for now.
He needs to put a bit more glue in there. Yeah, he's done a nice job with it, to be fair.
It is a really nice kit to build.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to our next build as well.
What's that?
The Mark 9 Spitfire with beer barrels.
All right,
Like,
who's doing that?
Me, Gary, John. I think Mick wants to do it as well. So, I don't know.
So what's that in the Discord?
No, that's the Thursday live.
All right, cool.
So the Discord one we're doing at the minute is the B-17. And we've also got the Vietnam group build as well, which lasts 3 months. So I'm doing the Centurion Mark 5. The Australian Tank Corps one. Tank Regiment.
Got you.
Tish says she's not doing anything until she's home. Callum says 3 hours doing mud on one side so far. See, it looks easy, doesn't it? Until you're doing it.
Yep.
He says, right, chaps, time to go ships to dock.
Cool. Take care, AD.
Don't crash him. Tish says, have fun, AD. Catch you later. And he says, take it easy, Tiff. Oops, easy. Come on. Once the fuselage on, it actually feels pretty solid, this kit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's starting to feel really solid.
So, you got any top tips for us this week, Steph?
Yep. Don't eat yellow snow.
Don't do DIY dental surgery.
Oh, God, no. No, I hate dentists. That's the first time I've been to a dentist since '94. They just petrify me.
Yeah.
I've got a very high tolerance to drugs.
Yeah.
You know, when you go for a general anaesthetic, that white fluid they give you, and they get you to count to 10 and you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Nope. I just sit there and laugh at him.
Well, last time I went to the dentist for filling, when I had to have a local injection, I had the what's the standard one that they give you?
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Local anesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out I don't react well to it, and I literally felt like, you know, that scene in Train Spotting where he's doing the heroin and he's sinking through the floor.
Yep.
That's what it felt like.
Oh,
I was laid back and I could see the dentist moving further away from me. And he said, "Are you all right?" And I went, "No, it feels really weird. It feels like I'm sinking through the floor." And he went, "I'll get the antidote. I'll now put it on your notes that you're not to have this one anymore."
Yeah. So anyway, they have to give me double the amount.
Yeah.
To put me under.
Yeah.
So I explained this to the doctor, to the dentist. But what happened before is when I was a kid, at the dentist, he gave me the normal dosage and started drilling, and I'm squealing like a little girl.
Yeah.
Saying, I can feel it. No, you can't. You can't feel it. No, you can't. Yeah, I can. And then the service military dentist did the same. And I threatened to punch the doctor, the dentist. And he's like, well, there's no need to be like that. I said, well, why don't you listen to me then, sir? I can feel that. That is painful. Is it really? Yeah. Yes. Okay, let's increase it then. Still did no difference. They had to give me 3 times the amount.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then I said to her, how long will it last? And she said, oh, you should be fine till about 3:30. This was at 10:30 in the morning. Had it done.
Yeah.
And by 12:30, it had worn off. So yeah, not a happy. Well, yeah, I was happy because she really looked after me. Very, very careful. She said, if we can't get it numb, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Because I need to get you numb because this is going to be a bit harsh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no problem. I don't mind that. So she did a job right. And it was, I'm not going to say it was an enjoyable experience, but it wasn't painful.
Yeah.
Like all my previous experiences with the dentist have.
Yeah. Well, when I was 7, I was that terrified of needles that I had to go for a filling. And I said to the dentist, I don't want the needles. And he said, well, that's the only way we can give you the local anesthetic. I said, I don't care. I don't want needles. And he said, well, we could do it without. He said, but you won't like it. He said, it'll be very painful. I said, I don't care. I don't want needles. I'll listen to music or something. And he looked at my mum and she was like, he won't take the needles. And he went, all right, well, we'll try it. But if it hurts at any point, just tell me to stop and I'll stop straight away. And I put my headphones on and lay there listening to Phil Collins. And after about 10, 15 minutes, he went, are you not in pain? And I went, what? I was like, no, just listening to music. I'm fine.
Yep. Just tune it out.
Yeah.
It's what they call in the psychology world attention. The pain is still there. The pain is still happening. But your attention is taken off it. The thing is, though, there is no such thing as pain. It's just your brain telling you something is going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's just tuning that pain out.
Yeah.
Because we are programmed to react to it.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Just the beginning of, I think it was just the beginning of the pandemic or just before it. I had to have an impacted wisdom tooth taken out
Ow.
because it had grown sideways. So the top half the whole thing was pointing forwards instead of upwards. And the top half was sticking out the gum, and the bottom half had grown in with the root growing into my jaw.
Oh, mate.
And I went to. They said you got a choice because they said, "Oh, you gotta go to hospital to have it done. You can't. We can't do it." I said, "Right, okay." So I went to the hospital, and they said, "Right, you got a choice. You can either do it under local anaesthetic or general anaesthetic." Said because this is going to hurt like hell. I said, "Oh, that's right. Just do it under local." And I just lay there, and I clasped my hands across my stomach, and I just lay there. And he got halfway through, and he went, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I've never had a patient be so still." He said, "Is this not hurting you?" I went, "Yeah." But if I react and move, you're going to do more hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. But managed to, he ended up having to crack my jaw to do it. To get it out. So that hurt for a few days.
But it,
I was nearly crying for the first day after the anaesthetic wore off. We've had loads more chat. Gary T says, "Hi guys, hope you're well. We are
Hi,
indeed."
Gary.
Well, I am. He's not. He's moaning much better.
Oh,
Tiff says, "Hello, other Gary." Model Officer says, "Morning all."
oh,
Morning,
better
Jeff.
shut up. Yeah, better shut up whinging about my pain.
Yeah. Mr. Heart Attack over there.
Yeah.
Got to do everything one step further, hasn't
he? Yep. Anything you can do, I can do better.
This says Model Officer and then an emoji that's just come up as a square. So I don't know what it is. Jim says, "Had a bad experience with a lower molar filling last year. Told the dentist just gas me next time." You would have said that a few years ago. Especially if you're in Germany.
You had to go there, didn't you?
Well, he said just gas me.
Yeah. You were ahead of me for a change.
Yes. Well, this is the thing. When my mind works on history and engineering all the time, that's the sort of stuff I come out with.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be, isn't it?
Yeah. Duke says there are 55 words that end in F, but 52 don't make sense. Steph on a chef or Steph on a Jeff. Probably aren't the best. Steph on a chef's quite funny.
At least it's not Steph in a yeah, sorry, go.
I was going to say, do a 3D print of Steph on Gordon Ramsay's back.
At least it's not Steph in a chef.
Yeah. Or upper chef.
Easy.
Gary says, "Hey up, sick note." Is he singing opera? Do you remember that? Sick note.
Yep.
I love London's Burning. It's great. Gary T says, "I don't like needles either, but I have them at the dentist because I have a low pain threshold and tuning the pain out is impossible." So yeah, I'd be interested to know what my pain threshold is now that I've got this fibro, because the other day, I think I've probably been having a flare up, but I literally just placed my hand on the banister and I didn't even grip it. I just went to close my hand around it and it felt like the scaphoid bone in my wrist had broke all of a sudden.
Ow.
I was like, ah! I've been dealing with that last few days, but last night the pain just suddenly went. It was weird. So I'm used to dealing with quite bad pain now. Because I'm in pain all the time.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what effect that has. Jim says the marathon man always comes to mind when I'm at the dentist. Not me. Jim says, "Good morning, Gary T." And he also says, "Hello, Mr. Skiffins. Mista. Step on it, Jeff." That's funny. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I forgot to mention that.
Yep, give us some love, lots of likes, lots of thumbs up.
Steph needs a nice hug today. Let's see if we can get me to up to that 250. Because it's been hovering at 245, 244 this week. Been going backwards and forwards between them. That's looking much better. Super duper. Cool. Oh yeah, I did my exhaust last week as well, didn't I?
Did you really? Cool.
The exhaust. I did.
Nice.
Oh, focus. There you go.
Looking good, mate. Looking good.
Oh no, that's the camera control, not the live stream control. Jim says, "Hi Jim, hope you're well." Jim says, "Living the dream." We have a t-shirt on with her. T-shirt with that on, should I say. When we were in Iraq, we all had tour t-shirts for Oxide. And on the back it said, "We are the unwilling doing the unnecessary for the ungrateful. We are the unwilling, led by the unqualified, doing the unnecessary for the ungrateful, just living the dream."
Sounds about right.
Gary T says, "I think I'm sad because I'm watching both channels at the same time on dual monitors." Nice. That's commitment.
The question is, which one's ahead?
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting question.
Yeah. Or are they both in sync?
Yeah. It's whether you've got the sound on both that's going to be annoying. Especially
And
if
they're
one's
out of sync.
lagging. Yeah. I like the fact we've got a spare propeller in this kit as well.
Is that?
Yeah, I've got 2 propellers.
Nope, I've just got the one.
Unlucky fucky. Oh yeah, I've read that one.
Just the one.
Yeah, Jim says, "Very good slogan, Mikey. Very true. Indeed it was." In fact, I actually got a bollocking for that t-shirt, even though everyone in the company was wearing one. Because a young one-pip wonder hadn't seen them, because we always had them under our shirts, and one day I didn't have my shirt on over the top. And he started having a go at me saying, "Do I think he's unqualified?" And I said, "With all due respect, sir, you're fresh out of Sandhurst, and I've been in for a few years now." I said, "Yes, I think you're fucking unqualified." I said, "How long have you been out on tour?" And he went, "I came out last month." I went, "Yeah, you're definitely unqualified. You're straight out of Sandhurst, straight on tour. You've got no life experience. You're about 19. You're unqualified to lead this group. You're leading it by privilege of rank only.
Yep.
I suggest you sit down and listen to the sergeants."
And what did he say to that? Apart
He
from
was
throws
not very
teddy
happy.
Yeah, apart from throws teddy bear at prom.
Well, it was the same junior officer that a few weeks later, I was driving a Land Rover down to the Naffy, past the gates, and I saw one of my friends on that, and I shouted something that, you know, in normal polite society you wouldn't say to a black person, but I said it in a joking way to my friend because he always said, "What's up, white boy?" or "What's out?
Yeah.
What's up?" You know, spook or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he came running over, this little officer. I saying, "What's your name?" And I went, "Why?" And he went, "Because I'm putting you on a report for racism." And I wasn't being racist. I was having a laugh with my mate. He said, "Well, I'm putting you on a report for it." And my mate came over and he said, "What's the matter, sir?" He said, "Don't worry, I'm taking his name." And he said, "What for?" He said, "So I can put him on a report for racism." He went, "All right." He said, "Do you want my details as well, then, sir?" He went, "What for?" He said, "Well, so you can put me on report." And he said, "Well, I'm not putting you on report." He said, "Sir, can I have your details, please?" And I said, "What for?" He said, "Because I want to put you on a report for racism." And he said, "What do you mean?" And he went, "Well, you're refusing to put me on report because I'm black."
Yeah.
He said, "You report my friend for racism, but you won't put me on report for racism because I'm black, so I'm reporting you for racism." And he
Yep.
went, "Just don't do it again." Ran off.
That's one thing that really does frustrate me. People getting offended for other people.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, really?
Oh, we laughed so much about it.
It's just ridiculous.
Well, I made sure to buy him a dinner from the Subway as well for getting away with it.
I tell you what is ridiculous. You know, in the States at the moment, all these pro-Palestinians and Hamas fans are taking over universities.
Yeah.
What this woke brigade don't realise is if they ever get in, they're going to be the first people they're going to be stoned.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are going to end up being murdered by them. And they don't know that. They don't see it. They don't realise it. And it's like, why are you supporting somebody who, or an organisation that downtreads women and bisexuals, homosexuals, and all the lesbians and all the rest of it? Why? Do you not see this?
Be careful, Steph, because we're getting into the realms of politics and mentioning the P
Yes.
place.
Yes. Okay, cool. I will shut the fuck up.
Gary says both channels are in sync. Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Jim says, my motto regarding smartphones, designed by geniuses to be used by idiots. Very true.
Oh, yeah.
And Gary T says, good motto, Jim. I was out this morning and it was like a town of zombies, everyone walking around glued to their phone. How more people aren't run over is astounding. That's true.
Oh, very much. Yeah.
My stepson. Sorry, go on.
The thing is, though, with that, it was just as bad in our day. People reading papers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no difference. People had their head in the papers, walk along the road. And that is just as bad. So it's just a different medium that they're using.
Yeah. Well, my stepson can't even go up the bloody stairs to the toilet without being glued to his phone. It annoys the hell out of me. I think I'm definitely old before my time, though.
Oh, we all are, mate. The one good thing is, though, I haven't heard myself saying things my dad would say.
Oh, I've caught myself saying stuff my granddad would say.
Knock you into middle of next week.
Yeah.
Get
Don't stop crying. I'll give you something to cry for.
Yeah. Go on then. What were the things your parents used to say to you when you were naughty? Wait till the father gets home.
No, because my mum and dad were divorced. If you don't behave, I'll give you a Sally Wanger.
Oh, what?
Sally Wanger.
The hell is that?
A smack around the side of the head.
All right, okay.
I don't know why my mum called it Sally Wanger. I think it must be a St. Helens thing. Another one was, if you don't behave, I'll send you to your father's. But she tried that once when I was a teenager and I went, oh, good. At least I'll be happy then. And she didn't use it again.
Oh.
And I did actually move out when I was 17 and went to live with my dad by my choice.
A verbal bitch slap.
Yeah.
Literally. Sorry. No, that was wrong. Sorry, mate. I just jumped out.
What was another one? Oh, if you don't behave, I'll give you the slipper.
Yeah. Okay, give us a slipper. Oh, you're going to hit me with it. I didn't say that. You're going to give me it.
Like, if we didn't go to bed when we were little, my mum used to stand at the bottom of the stairs. We'd be stood at the top, and she'd stand at the bottom with the slipper and smack the slipper on the stairs to frighten us.
Did it work?
Yeah, usually. My nan, my mum's mum, who passed away in 2010, the way she used to punish us grandkids was she would hold our hand, put a hand over the top of our hand, and then slap her own hand really hard so that it hurt her, but we could still feel it.
Yeah. There you go. Hurts me more than it hurts you. There you go.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah. Another one is in my day.
Yeah.
And I always say it in my granddad's accents as well. In my day. He's got quite
Queen Victoria were on throne.
Oh no, my granddad's is in my day we used to do that, pushing a pea with my nose. I've actually got a photo of my granddad behind me. Not going to put it on there because he doesn't like his picture being on the internet. But it's actually a picture of me and him together when I came back from Iraq after the coming home parade.
Cool.
Looking very proud, which is nice. Jim says, true that, Gary. Jim says, agreed, Steph. Mr. Morris says, I'm not old before my time. No, you're just old. Mr. Morris says, get back from that TV, you'll get square eyes. Yes. Don't sit so close to the telly or your eyes will go square.
Yep. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. Don't make that face because if the wind changes, you'll stay like it.
Yes. Jim says, I hope the cockpit will be open enough for all the detail you've added, Steph.
Yes.
Yes.
It will be.
One my dad's mum used to come out with was because their back garden is like a patio. Yeah. And then it's got a set of stairs that go down another level, down to like a little tiny garden.
Yeah.
Before it goes onto a country road. So my nan used to say to us when we were kids, if you don't behave, I'll put you down the steps. Because it had like a little underneath the steps. You had the garden at the bottom, but underneath you had this room that just had a metal gate. That was like a little prison cell, but it wasn't. It's just like an extra room underneath the garage. But it was always quite spooky. So she used to say, if you don't behave, I'll put you down them steps.
What was that, pusher?
Oh, my nan's lovely. She's probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I was actually shocked that when at 17, I was sat in a room talking to her while she was on the computer, and I actually heard her swear for the first time. I actually have to check she'd said what I thought she'd said. Mr. Morris says, "Stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about." Yeah, I remember that one. Jim says, "We used to hear from teachers and parents, don't make me cross." My French teacher, I used to deliberately wind up because she was French. She was actually French. English was her second language. So when she got angry, she would forget how to speak English and wouldn't realize she'd switched over to French. So she'd be ranting in French, and I'd just be sat there like with my hands up, going, "What are you talking about?" And then she'd get frustrated with herself, and then stop.
Yeah. Excusez-moi, mademoiselle, je ne comprends pas.
Yeah. Quite often she used to just kick me out, and then the headmaster would come along and go, "What have you been kicked out for?" And I'd tell him, you go, "Stop kicking him out. It's not his fault if he can't understand your ranting." Yeah. Jim says, "Enough of these shenanigans." Yes. Pass me the Uzi What's It.
Uji me what's it doobry firkin?
Yeah. Dave Skelly says, "My dad's mum was from North Yorkshire and would say things like, 'I'll go to the foot of our stairs.'" Yeah.
Yeah.
"I'll go to the foot of our stairs." Jim says, "Oh yes, that was one my mum used regularly." Jim says, "Stop these monkey shines." It's an interesting one, isn't it? "Stop walking." Was one of my mum used to say.
Stop what?
Instead of crying, she'd say, "Stop walking."
All right.
That's some weird.
It's teeming down here.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it might be rain drizzling up here, but I'm not sure. I have the curtains closed so I can control the light better. Because otherwise, the light reflects off that big picture behind me, the decal.
All right. Yeah.
It just says, "If you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry for." Can't remember if it's already been said. It has, but yeah, you're right. And it just goes to show how these sayings, spread all across countries or even nations and things. Yeah. It's quite surprising how all these things end up being said to us when we're kids. Dave says, "It's my wife's family that have the head scratches. I'm as full as a gun. It smells foisty. I'm off down the cowie." Gary Morris says, "Are you reading that paper you're sitting on?" Another one is, you're right, cock. That's proper Lancashire. You're right, cock. That's one that always sort of made me cringe because I'm from North Wales, but all my family are from St Helens.
Right.
So it's not expected. Over here, cock is either a bird or obviously a penis.
Yeah.
So I'd go to St Helens to visit my family, and they, as soon as you walk in, they go, all right, cock. You're like, ooh. Why? Another one they say is they don't say no, they say nay in St Helens. Nay.
It
We're
could be
going
worse.
down.
Could be. Nyeh.
And Gary Morris said, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times.
Right.
Yeah, that's one I've always hated, nay. And they really elongate the vowels in a word as well. No. Nay. Dave says, it's not cocker with my lot, it's Mara. Yeah. I had on basic, our section commander was a corporal in the Paras, and he used to call us Mara all the time. Either Mara or Skiprat. Jim says, cock over here is often slang for the male, rude and amusing shape. Yeah, that's what it means over here as well. It's just St. Helens are weird. Gary Morris says, the pub called the Eagle and Child in Chorley was known as the Bird and Kid. Not a spelling mistake. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, the Brid and Kid. Okay, that's a bit stranger. Gary T, do you fancy keeping the stream going all day? I have nothing to do this afternoon and I'll be bored. So if you can keep going until 9 p.m. tonight, that would be super.
No, I think my wife might get the arse with me because I've got to cook tea.
Oh, all right. If you want to go on Discord, you can always go on Discord and chat to us and things. It's okay. Tiffany says it's pet where I'm from or hun. Yeah, my wife calls everyone hun.
Where I'm originally from, in Grimsby.
Grimsby.
Yeah, it's Dal.
Yeah.
D-A-R-L. You know,
Yeah.
short for darling.
Yeah.
Hey up, Dal. It's like, oh, I hate that.
See, I mentioned this on the other live. Because I had a bit of stutter when I was growing up, and especially when I was a teenager. And when I was stressed, I've sort of had to teach myself how to speak properly, or as properly as I can anyway. So I've lost my Holywell accent.
Speak proper like I do.
Well, the thing is, in Wales, every town has its own accent. And I've actually grown to hate the accent in my town because the way they talk. Oh, it doesn't sound right. Everyone's called shill and things like that. All right, shill. Gary says, no, she doesn't, Mikey. She calls you dickhead. Yes, my wife calls me a lot of things. But other people she calls hun.
I find that as well.
Yeah.
My wife does that a lot.
One thing I have noticed is it's okay for women to go, when they're in shops, to go, oh, typical men. Typical man and things like that. Or men. When you're packing the shopping away and things like that. Because you haven't packed it the way they want it and things.
Oh, no. Lisa's not allowed to touch that. That's my job. I have a set way I do things.
Callum says, I have family in Glasgow and Wales. I barely understand them when I visit. Glasgow, I'm not surprised. Last time I went to Scotland, it was to... Oh, shit, what's that place called where everyone runs off to get married?
I think it's something green.
Gretna Green. That's
Gretna
it.
Green. That's it.
Yeah, that's where my sister got married. So we went up there for the wedding. And I went into a shop because I was smoking at the time. So I went in to buy a pack of fags. And the guy and I bought a couple of other things. And the guy behind the counter, apparently he was trying to say, "Do you want a bag with that?" And I looked at him. He said it 3 times, and I still had to turn to the missus and say, "I swear he ain't speaking English." And I realised what I said then because he was an Asian bloke as well,
with a Scottish accent.
Yeah, a very, very obvious Middle Eastern type Asian bloke. And I've just said, I swear he ain't speaking English. And then some old woman come behind me and said, he's asking if you want a bag, love. I was like, oh, right, yeah, yeah, please. He was not very happy with me.
I bet he wasn't, bless him.
But it just sounded like, I was like, what? You having a stroke or something? It's like, Little Britain. This is a local shop for local people. There's none of you here, Dubs. Jim says, there is a line in the Blackadder 3 series about asking for directions in Wales. Yes, we need half a pint of phlegm. And it's not far off true, to be fair. It's quite funny because, like I say, all my family, except for my sister and one of my cousins, and I have quite a few cousins because I have 10 aunties and uncles. No, 9 aunties and uncles that are blood relatives. And each one of them has at least 2 or 3 kids. And most of them have grandkids. And except for me, my sister, and one of my cousins, they're all from St. Helens. So it's quite funny when they're saying, oh, we're going to this place and this place. And we're like, do you mean this? And they're like, yeah, that's what I said. Like, no, you didn't. Like, one that a lot of them struggle with is Llangollen. They call it Llangollen.
Yeah.
Or trying to get them to say a place like Ryddermewin and things like that is quite funny. The town where I live is called Trefunon. But in English, it's called something else. And they could say it in the English version, so I used to deliberately call it the Welsh version. And it used to be quite funny because it meant that me and my sister, when we go over there to visit them, me and my sister could actually, if we didn't want them to hear what we were saying, we'd just speak Welsh to each other. And then they'd go, Mum, Mike and Sean are swearing at us. My aunties and uncles have to explain that no, we just speak it. We have our own language as well.
But they didn't like that. How come they get their own language?
Well, they thought we were really posh because we spoke 2 languages and we didn't speak with the St. Helens accents. Tiff says, I'm used to the weedy accents, Glaswegian, as best is from Glasgow. Glasgow. Jim says, question, what's the Scottish game where they toss the telephone pole? Tossing the caber.
Yep.
Or in America, toss the dwarf.
Yeah, dwarf tossing.
Yeah. I can't believe they were allowed to do that. Obviously, they can't do it now. I'm pretty sure it's been banned, but I can't believe they were ever allowed to do that. That's so cruel. Having said that, I did the same thing in our D&D session last week.
Where did you throw Malcolm?
Well, my character is sort of he's still learning about human culture and doesn't really understand what's acceptable in human society yet, but he's trying to learn.
What have you got? What are you again? Remind me.
I'm a half-orc battle master.
That's right.
And my character is one that just says things bluntly as they are. And I got fed up of because they sat like nearly 5 minutes discussing how they were going to check for traps on the entrance to this cave without having the ability to check for traps. So in the end, I just pressed the microphone and said, I pick up Gorman and throw him into the entrance to the cave to check for traps. And everyone's just like, what? Burst out laughing. Simon said, so you want to chuck Gorman into the cave so that he lands in a heap and see if he sets off any traps? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, okay. He said, so he did it, and he said, okay, so no, there are no traps, nothing goes off, and Gorman takes six hit points. I was like, sorry, Malcolm.
Well, I just walk up to him and touch him up with a healing hand.
Well, we've managed to actually stir up another hornet's nest as well.
I heard. So you need my fireballs back.
Yes.
No, I said fireballs, not fiery balls.
That's an STD, isn't it?
You're not wrong.
STDs make it glow brighter. But yeah, because it's the water things, so fire works very well on them. At the minute, I'm the only one that's me and one of the other guys. He's probably going to end up dead because he legged it straight to the other side of the cave as soon as we got in instead of waiting for the rest of us. So he got cut off on his own.
Oh, that was AD, isn't it?
Yeah. Gorman's been taken out and he's unconscious because all he had was spells, but he didn't have fire spells. Tim, he's just about clinging on because he had some fire spells, but he forgot to use them until I reminded him he had them. And I'm hanging on at just below half, but that's because I'm a battle master and I have like nearly 90 hit points anyway. And I'm able to, when I can actually hit them, I tend to like wipe them out like half of their life each time.
Well, have no fear, the bard is here.
Excellent. Because I don't want to create a new character. I've grown quite attached to old Gorman. Jim says, thank you, Mikey. You are most welcome. Dave Skelly says, you tossed off a dwarf during a D&D game. Oh, Dave. Didn't toss off a dwarf. I threw a dwarf in heavy armor into a cave to check for traps. It worked. Didn't set any traps off.
How are we doing for time?
We've done 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Cool. Loads of time.
Yeah. Because time goes by so slowly. Your time can do so much.
Oh, don't sing.
Oh, no, I'm not singing.
No, I'm just saying because the interesting modelling company got bounced the other day.
Really?
Yeah, one of them was singing a well-known song and it got muted.
It's ridiculous, that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I have to tell Gary that because sometimes he breaks out in song. Everyone
What?
lies.
Mr. Morris.
Yes. Don't know if he's still watching, like.
I don't see any reason why not.
Well, he's video editing, so it might be
He's
concentrating
probably
on that.
Yeah, he's probably listening.
Yeah. Gary, if you're there, let us know. Let us hear your voice from afar. There you go. He's still here. So, Gary, no more singing during live streams. Yeah, that is a bit pathetic, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
but
just someone singing, having a laugh.
it wasn't YouTube.
Is the actual person.
No, it's on Facebook.
Facebook are quite strict on it, though, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that's if you can stream on Facebook.
Exactly. Jim says, wow, that's some strong overseeing. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But that's, what's his name for Thingy my Bob.
Zuckerberg.
That's it. I was going to say the weird alien looking guy.
Zuckerberg. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Zucker Donkey. Yeah. Dominic the Donkey. I remember that.
Oh, good Lord.
Dominic the Donkey. Eat-up, eat-up, eat-up. Life at the tap end. I can't believe they actually made them into Christmas songs.
Well, I forgot to say, I spent this morning looking for turnbuckles to print. Can I find a turnbuckle? Can I, balls?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. So I'm half tempted just to glue them in place. Glue it in place. The rigging. Gary T says, if it stops people singing on streams, I'm all for it. Ha. You haven't heard Mr. Morris's singing voice.
Oh, good Lord.
I tell you what, he is very good at doing voices for D&D, though.
Yeah, I bet he hits all the right notes, not necessarily in the right order.
No, he's really good at doing impersonations and things.
All right, cool.
You can do lots of different silly voices and stuff. Speaking of which, he says, I've edited one video, uploaded it, and scheduled it to YouTube, and have also got some more paint on my ME410. Might record the next video this afternoon. He's a
All right.
machine. He's doing like a video a day now and just schedule them for the following week. Do make sure you go follow the Friends and Models for Heroes YouTube page.
Channel.
That's the one.
YouTube thing, page, channel, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right, let's close it up.
Jim says, when using turnbuckles, do you have to be careful not to tension the wire too much because it could break off the turnbuckle?
Yes.
Very true. I've got elastic rigging wire. That'll do. Don't have to tension it then. I can, as long as it's pulled straight, it'll stay straight.
It might help if I put the bloody rudder in first.
I want to hear that in a Michael Caine accent.
It would help if I put the bloody rudder in first.
Yeah, that sounds so much cooler. Good thing that I need a drink. I need a drink. Because I've ran out of coffee. So let's have a Dr. Pepper. Or not. Jim says, I can see where Easy Line would be the material to use for the bracing wires.
Easy Line, very good, very expensive. What I use is what they call beading wire, but it's not actually wire. It's stretchy plastic.
That's what I've got.
Yeah.
There you go, 0.3 mil. Should do the trick. Gary Morris says, you're only supposed to put the bloody rudder in. But not a lot of people know that.
Yep.
Jim Alscott, or perhaps thin SS wire cut to length. Is that what they used to put across the roads to stop motorcyclists during the war? SS wire. Gary says, you could use knicker elastic. How tiny are your knickers?
Actually, knicker elastic comes in thread.
Yeah.
It's not a band or anything.
Mm. Jim says, oh, come on. Jim says, I see a lot of people using that ammo rigging material. Yeah, that's why I'm using it, because I've seen other people use it. And I didn't know what else to get. Because it's the first time I've actually done any rigging. Right. I think that's prepared. Nicely. So I might sort of prime that now, and then paint it once it's dry. We've got time for that, haven't we? Or do I spray it? I'd better to spray it, wouldn't it? Yeah, spray it. So what I'll do is I'll have a go at putting the thingamabit. The brain's not working.
Urgemy Firkin Dubry Flob.
Mm.
Yep, why not?
Struts, that's it. God. I really hate having bloody flare-ups. I don't have much in my life, but I have my brain, and this is taking it away from me, and I don't like it. On me? Dr. Pepper, full of gas. Oh, we've got 6 people in.
Cool. Hello, 6 people.
Hello, 6 people. We did have 10, but we bored 4 of them to death. And they sort of died.
Isn't that our job in life?
Yeah. But I do enjoy doing live, so I might do some more. Yeah, because we worked out, me, Gary, and John worked out that between us, we got 60 hours of StreamYard free each month.
60 hours of StreamYard free?
Yeah, each month.
All right.
Because we've got 20 hours each, haven't we?
Oh, crumbs, you're limited, are you?
Yeah, because we're on the free one.
Ah, got you.
So, but we've got 60 hours a month free. So that's more than enough to do pretty much whatever we want with.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because I'm only using 8 hours a month at the minute.
Yeah. I suppose you're quite happy to be using this one on here. Unless, does that come off yours?
No.
Cool.
It's on a different email address, different account. So, yeah. Oh, that one looks like it might be. It might be a better idea to do this when I'm actually putting the wing on it, looking at it. Gary says, "Ooh, I've just had a clothing delivery. Oh, get you. At last, your corset and nipple tattles have arrived."
So you mean Marion lets him buy his own clothes? Ooh, get him.
Yeah. It's the leather underwear she doesn't like in buying. Tiff says, I'm still here and I had more models delivered yesterday. Not sure what they are though. Yeah, I think this is going to be best done when I'm putting the actual wings on. This is going to be bloody awkward.
What's that?
The struts.
I haven't looked at putting the struts on yet. So when I do, because they're fairly solid, the struts are.
Yeah.
If I can find them. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, they're often cleaned up. Actually, look at it. They're not that solid.
No. They're quite flimsy.
Yeah.
So it might be an idea to...
Have you got engineer's blocks?
No.
Right. No. It might be worth getting something that's square.
Yeah.
Doing the outboard one and putting them together just to keep them vertical.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. Let me have a look. Oh.
Just because they're tiny holes as well, aren't they?
Yep. Let me have a look at my.
Problem is, which way round do they go?
Oh, you single. Right, they're vertical. They're up and down.
Yeah, which one? Which bit? The front bit?
No, as in the whole lot. So this way.
Yeah.
They're up and down, vertical.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you look, it'll focus.
They're in a V. Yeah.
They're not in a proper V. If I put that one straight, focus it. But they're actually on a slight angle.
Yeah, you just got to work out
Which way it goes. Yeah. Which is the problem. Because it's hard to tell from the diagrams.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the angle bit goes to the front and the vertical bit is at the back. So it should be vertical at the back. Have a look at it. That. Yeah, because otherwise they point forward slightly.
Yeah. I'm very, very tempted to snip that off, drill that out a bit, and use wire.
Yeah.
Just to give it a bit of a better contact.
Yeah, I might drill it out a little bit.
Bit more flexible. I've already drilled out the holes on the wings there on the outboard.
Yeah. So, Gary Rice says, "Cool. I've just had my Friends of Miles for Heroes polo shirt delivered."
Nice.
Yeah. Are you going to be wearing it today, Gary? Or are you wearing it for your videos? Tiff says, "I'm going to sign up next month when I get paid. I do it this month, but I only have 80 quid to last 3 weeks." Oh, bless you. Jim says, "Now I'm viewing this on Mikey's channel. Liked it here and on Steph's channel." Hey.
Cool. Thank you very much.
How cool is it that our fan base are that committed that they'll even watch it on both channels?
Yeah. I think, what's the word we're looking for? Sad bastards.
No. Delightful people. Wonderful subscribers.
They're all lovely. They're all amazing. And we really do appreciate your company. It keeps us sane, stops us doing stupid shit.
For the most part.
Yeah. Well, apart from the stupid shit we do on the show.
Gary T says, "I'm sad I don't mind admitting it." Oh, bless you, mate.
Gary, sorry, go.
It's right. I was just saying, as long as you're enjoying it.
Exactly, that's the main thing. As long as you're having a laugh and it's keeping you happy and sane.
Yeah. See, the one that makes me smile is the intro I did for my other live, the Thursday live that we do.
Oh, you're not talking about that one on here. Sorry. You don't talk about this one on that one, do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Of course you can.
Yeah. The intro always makes me smile. It's quite funny, especially with the music as well. Hey, Chalky's in. Did someone say stupid shit? Hiya. All right, Chalky, mate. Chalky is a veteran that I know from another channel, and he's been watching my lives and commenting on them. but he's been. I think he's been a bit shy about coming into the chat until the last couple of days.
Cool. Never feel shy about coming in chat, mate.
Tiff says, Chalky, yay.
The question is, what was he? A veteran of what?
He was Army.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, maybe you should be embarrassed.
Gary Morris says, I gave you a thank you last week, Steph, on our channel.
Ooh, what for? Certainly
Yeah.
wasn't the abuse you got at the weekend.
Oh, for looking after him at the weekend.
Oh, he got seriously abused.
Giving him cups of coffee.
Oh, he got seriously abused.
Jim
Yeah, the
says,
missus was like, what are you doing giving all our coffees away? I said, I didn't give them away, darling. He stole them.
oops, I just drilled a hole through the wing.
Oh, that's clever. I do that all the time.
Yeah, never mind.
You know how you fix it?
Sand it out.
Nope. Bit of sprue glue.
Yeah. Luckily, it's a little tiny drill bit. Little tiny one. Jim says, Garrity, chin up, mate. Take some time away from models for a few days and clear your mind. Every model has lessons to learn from it. It sure does. Tiff says, can't be afraid of us, Chalky. We're all teddy bears here. Some of us look like Sasquatch.
Are you calling me fat and fluffy?
No, I'm saying I'm hairy. Gary Morris says, for changing his shed around ours. Oh, schedule. Yes. For adjusting the schedule last week. We did appreciate it.
No, not a problem.
He also says, Tiff, you're going to be a bear. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. DJ Sonic's in. He says, hi, guys. Hello, DJ Sonic.
Hey,
Stu. How are you doing, Stu? Chalky says,
half, isn't it?
it's her best friend, yeah.
All right, her best friend, sorry. I apologise. Yeah. I got the cack in.
Chalky says, not shy, just struggling to write with the English and stuff. Chalky, what were you in? I can't remember.
The army.
Yeah, I know, the army. Yeah. It certainly wasn't the sleeveys. Gary Morris says, hey, DJ. Chalky says, Sonic, watch your mate. Sonic says, Chalky, how's it going, bro? Long time no hear. Hope you're good. And hey, Gary. Hey, Gary. Gary's a good egg. Chalky said that he was in the Queen's Own Highlanders.
Ah.
Nice. Did you have a cold ass when you were marching around? Tiff says, DJ Sonic, geez, that one finger typing. Is it like old man trying to use computer, Tiff?
Here you go, Gary. This is how warped this left-hand section is.
See, mine's come out all right.
I know, it's just this bit here's got warped.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get your black super glue, because this stuff is bloody amazing.
Sonic says, actually, it's two finger typing. I got better. Use the index and the middle finger now. Tish says, Gary, I'm a fuzzy bear.
So the index finger has got two uses now.
Yeah. Chalky says, yes, full kilt, my friend.
Oh, bloody hell.
Tiff says, true Scotsman, Chalky. And then Chalky says, Sonic, good to hear for you, bro. Yeah. I don't know how you can wear kilts myself.
Well, it'd be quite easy. Just wrap it around you and tie it up.
Oh, I just don't like them. I don't think I could ever wear one myself. Mr. Morris says, chilly around the Trossachs. Chalky says, always a true Scotsman. Well, that just revealed more than what we wanted to. It always reminds me of Carry On Up the Khyber. When they defeat the enemy and get them to retreat by all standing in line and lifting their kilts up. To prove that the devil doesn't wear underpants.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, these mini drill bits are lovely and sharp, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. I love my mini drill bits.
Gary Marsh says, devils in skirts. And Chalky says, kilts are very heavy and warm. I'd rather wear trousers. They're light and warm. And they don't flash your bits. Dorcosaurus says, good morning. Good morning, Dorcosaurus.
Good morning, Mr. Saurus.
Yes.
Sure his first name's not Theo?
Oh, I don't know.
Theosaurus?
Well, I'm glad he did Saurus. It helps the ratings. Sonic says, Chalky, where's your trousers?
Oh, God, no. I was wondering how long it'd take. Roddy, where's your trousers? Used to have a guy in the squadron called Roddy McIsaac. Everybody used to sing, Roddy, where's your trousers?
We had a lad in our company who he was Scottish, but he was dyslexic. And he went for a tattoo. And he said, I want the word Scotland. He said, but I can't write it to show you how I want it. He said, because I'm dyslexic, so I can't spell. He said, so you'll have to come up with a design for me. And the guy said, yeah, no problems. He turned up 2 days later at the unit, and he said, oh, I've got this new tattoo. Like, all right, cool, show us. And he showed us. And we're like, why have you got a tattoo saying Scotland? He went, no, it says Scotland. We're like, no, it really doesn't. There's no L in it. I go, what? And it turned out the tattooist didn't like Scottish people. And because he said he's dyslexic, he knew he wouldn't realise until somebody pointed out and he'd already paid up. So he tattooed him with Scotland.
What a twat.
Yeah. He then left our unit shortly after and went to join the, I think it was the Black Watch or something.
Yeah. Right, give me a sec. I've got someone at my door.
Yeah.
Right, won't be no.
Gary says, morning, Dorcosaurus. And Dorcosaurus says, full name is Dorcosaurus Fluffy Rex. Nice. I like it.
Oh, he's a weapons specialist then. He's got small arms. Dum.
Here's an armourer. Chalky says, you get used to wearing it, and it's a fact that when the Scotsman puts on a kilt on, he grows in height. Yeah. You have to stop your bollocks dragging on the floor. I salute you for wearing them, but I don't think I could wear them myself. They're becoming more. They became more popular in weddings in Wales as well. Hello, darling.
Appointment's not till Thursday.
Cool. Okay, I'm still in a lot of life for you. Yeah, that should work a bit better. Drill and mats work lovely. Oh, I can't wait for Steph to come back to put these comments up. He's going to love it, he is. Bloody love it. Where's my glue? My top tip for the day. With your glue, put a rubber band around the cap. It makes it much easier to open. You won't sticking because it gives you a lot more grip. So even when you got a bit of glue around it and it's stuck or something, it'll still work. Still open it quite easily. Doing it price site. Do, 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 do. I don't have an engineer's block, but I do have an engineer's square. There you go, just hold that to that whilst it sets. Yeah, just make things a lot easier, especially if your fingers are wet or and things like that. And you can do it tight. And I mean, if I grip it there, I can do it, but use a lot more force. But with there, just do it. And it's still tight. We've got some fun comments.
Oh, I.
Chalky said, you get used to wearing it, and it's a fact that when a Scotsman puts a kilt on, he grows in height. And I said, yes, they have to stop their bollocks dragging on the floor. Tiff said, I almost choked on my cuppa there, Mikey. Jim says, during World War One, the Germans called the 51st Highlanders the ladies from hell. Chalky says, the bollock dragging is just for fun. Sonic says, never wore a kilt, but if I had to, it had to be in Rangers tartan. Chalky says, always. WATP, whatever that is. An acronym for something.
Yep.
Gary Mash says, top tip that, Mikey. I will try it with me dodgy sausage fingers. So my tip, Steph, was with your glue bottles, put a rubber band around the cap to make it easier to open when you got your hands full and things.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can just do that then.
Good idea, mate. Very good. Especially if you've got things like issues with that.
I mean, like I said, the last week, I felt like I'd broken my wrist or some part of my hand because it was literally from there all down there. I couldn't move my thumb. I couldn't grip anything.
Yow.
But what I could do is put the bottle like that and do that.
Yeah. Bless you, mate.
Sonic says RTID. Sounds like an STD. Duke says, "Good tip, Mikey." Thank you. Sonic says,
RTID is read the instructions, dickhead.
"Oh."
It's a bit like RTFM.
Sonic says, "For the benefit of others, WATP stands for We Are the People Rangers Till I Die." Ah, that's football nonsense then.
Yep.
The fairy sport, as my granddad used to call it.
Puffball.
Yeah. It's a bunch of fairies kicking a ball around the field.
Oh, they're not wrong, lad.
Rugby's a man's game. Gary T says, "Never won a kilt either, but if I did, it would be the same as the legendary 3-time Formula 1 champion Sir John Young."
Who?
That's another one that's beyond me. To be honest, I'm not that good at remembering like celebrity names and song titles and things like that. I've never have been.
Yeah.
History stuff, fine, go straight in, but stuff like song titles and things, I can't remember. Because I remember the other week I had a Metallica, I think it's a Metallica or Iron Maiden t-shirt on, and one of the lads on Discord, who you know is into heavy metal and stuff,
Yeah.
asked me what my favorite song was, and I was like, I don't know. I just listen to the songs. I don't particularly look up what they're called unless I need to find them.
Yeah.
So,
Have you ever heard of Marillion?
yes, they did a song with the same name as my wife.
Called Kaylee.
Yes.
Do you know where the video was filmed?
No.
Berlin. Sorry, at the time it was West Berlin.
Yeah.
There you go. Bit of useless information for you.
But when I first started dating, that's what I had my wife's ringtone as when we first started dating. So that I knew it was her ringing. Now I have a song called Sweet But Psycho on there.
When I went out with one girl, she was silly.
Yeah.
And so I changed her ringtone to Garbage's Stupid Girl. She didn't appreciate that.
Well, I had Kaylee by Marillion, and then I had the chorus to Crazy Train on there.
All right.
But unfortunately, one day when I was visiting someone in psychiatric unit, someone rang my phone and I forgot it was on loud. So all everyone heard all of a sudden was "going off the rails on a crazy train." I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
Nothing wrong with that.
Everyone turned around and sort of glared at me. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and it's nearly as bad as what my dad did for my mum when she had her mastectomy.
Yeah.
All my life I've been a kissing your right tit because your left one's missing, oh boy. And to be honest with you, everybody in the ward fell about laughing.
Yeah. But now I've got Kay's ringtone set to a song called "She's Sweet But a Psycho." Because it's quite funny.
How is she, by the way?
She's doing quite well, to be honest. Mentally, she's actually doing brilliant. But she's still not eating, which is a worry.
Yeah.
And she's still losing weight. Yeah, other than that, she's doing really well.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. She went to the lad's parents' evening last night, so they're doing well.
Good.
Yeah, she was quite happy. Sonic says puffball is only played by the Celtic scum. Puffball is played by anyone who kicks a ball of wind around and then falls to the floor and gets. See, I've always thought that it was a bit pansy the way they, if they get clipped, they just fly over and just lie there on the ground.
Oh, it is now.
Yeah, but a couple of years ago, I was doing the medical cover for the under-21s World Cup between England and Germany, and the speed they were moving at, it's not surprising that they go over so dramatically.
Yeah.
We had one where he was running along the right flank nearest to us, and the guy tapped his ankle, and he went over, and he literally skidded about 30 foot along the grass, and then smacked into the barrier in front of us. So we all jumped up and leant over the barrier, like, "You're right, mate." He's like, a bit stunned. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine," and then got up and carried on running. But he was moving that fast, he slid about 30 foot.
Oh.
The only thing that stopped him was the barrier. The speed they move and the power that they put into that, their kicks and stuff, is phenomenal.
Yep. What you got to remember is when I played in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And
That's
a little
it.
bit in the 90s. And it was very, very hard tackling.
Yeah.
I was playing across in Holland, played against the Dutch team in Holland.
Hmm.
And I was playing for the station,
Yeah.
Larbrook, and went into one challenge with this Dutch bloke. And it was a full-blooded challenge. I went straight through him. And I span him in the air. It was a controlled tackle.
Yeah.
But I went in that hard that we both hit the ball. But I was the only one willing to be committed to it, and I went straight through the ball, straight through, took the ball, and him. He did a somersault in the air. And whenever I went near him after that, he backed off.
Well, I used to play rugby in school. We've been in Wales. We played rugby mostly.
Yeah.
And there was me, the two lads that were called the twins because they were identical, pretty much identical twins. And this other lad called Sean. And we always made sure we were on the same team because we were on the school rugby team. And there's a lad that we knew would, if we passed him or kicked the ball to him, he would either fumble the ball or he would panic and run away towards his own goal with the ball because as soon as he saw us running towards him. The guy called Sean ended up playing for the Wales under-18s, and he was like 6'5". And the twins were both 6 foot, and they're fast as hell. And one of them is now my brother-in-law. But yeah, we used kicking the ball, and he would either fumble it and run off without the ball, or he would, on a couple of occasions, he actually ran towards his own goalpost, and he was that frightened that we were going to tackle him. He looked back and then knocked himself out on his own goalpost. And that guy is now a police officer in North Wales Police Road Policing Unit. He's a traffic officer in North Wales Police.
And I bet you get pulled over a few times.
Nope, never seen him.
All right.
He spends most of his time on the dual carriageways and stuff up by Wrexham.
Right.
I don't go up to Wrexham very often because it's like 20 odd miles away. Quite a few messages to get through. So,
cool.
Chalky, rugby is a great game to play and football is a great game to fight over. That's the difference, isn't it? It's especially with the fans. In rugby, it's have a fight on the pitch and then shake hands afterwards. With the footballers, it's have a fight on outside the pitch and then just take it out on the police.
Yeah, it's like the old adage. Rugby is a game for hooligans played by gentlemen.
Yeah.
Whereas football is a game for gentlemen played by hooligans.
Correct. Sonic says, true that, Chalky. Jim says, first Scotsman I heard was Jackie Stewart doing commercials for AFX brand slot cars. The only time I've ever heard Jackie Stewart was when he was on Top Gear.
He was on, Question of Sport regularly. Him, he was on with Emlyn Hughes. Yeah, I remember watching when I first started it. It was Emlyn Hughes and Bill Beaumont. Oh, that was hilarious when Emlyn Hughes couldn't get Princess Anne, so they got her on a couple of weeks later.
Yeah. Tiff says, love the Scottish accent, but the Irish one I'd drool over. Or drool worthy. Gary Morris says, if you ever look at my playlist, they would not be able to work out what my favourite genre is. If I like a song, it goes on there. So I have everything from Marillion to Frank Sinatra to Miss Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Gary has a thing for Taylor Swift, doesn't he? And
Oh,
Kylie
bless
Minogue.
him. Kylie, yeah, I get that. Taylor Swift, nah.
She's young enough to be your granddaughter. I have playlists on this channel, actually, on my Bearded Veteran Creates channel. And I've set them to public because there's some that are motivational talks, some that are sort of inspirational music, some classical music, some blues stuff. It's all stuff that you can listen to whilst you're modelling.
Yeah.
Help you relax and things. And I think that's really important for people too, because a lot of time people struggle to find music that's relaxing for them and things like that. So I've sent them to public. So if anyone wants to check them out and listen to them, they're more than welcome to.
Cool. Thank you, mate.
It's all right. DJ Sonic says, Tiff, Scottish is the sexiest accent in the world. Fact. Tiff says, Sonic, you're biased. Sonic says, no, I'm patriotic. Jim says, we call them flops in America when an athlete takes a dive to embellish a hit and draw a penalty.
Yeah.
Chalky, I can barely speak English or Scots. DJ Sonic says, Jim, they must have learned that from watching the Tick play then. Dorkasaur says, I have enough trouble speaking English. I imagine so, with all that roaring you do.
I tell you what, I've just got problems talking.
The T-Rex in Jurassic Park, he was only asking for directions.
Yep.
Jim
Look
says,
what they did to him.
yeah. I mean, all he was doing was trying to catch up with that Jeep to ask him for directions, and they drove off and left him. Poor bloke was wandering around there for days. Jim says, Sonic, I believe you're right. Seen some real dramatics during World Cup play.
Yep.
And he says, question, are team fans seated apart from each other to avoid fights in the stands?
Yes.
Kind of.
No, there's no kind of about it. They are.
It depends what match it is as well, doesn't it? If it's something like Celtic and Rovers, then they definitely separate them.
Oh, no. It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Yeah, every single football match, there's segregation between the fans. And there's no, well, it doesn't matter who they are. There are certain teams, and it's usually at the World Cups, where they are not so segregated. Some of the worst teams, international teams, are, yeah, England's got a bad name, but countries you wouldn't think, like Holland.
Yeah.
They've got really bad rep. Turkey, there's another one with a really bad rep.
Yeah.
So it's surprising. And then you get teams like Brazil. Everybody loves the Brazilian fans because they're awesome.
Everyone, they don't worry about too much up here because our local big team is Wrexham. And nobody really caused any trouble because it's owned by Ryan Reynolds. So nobody wants him to say, I've had enough of this and leave, because he's done a hell of a lot for the city.
God, yeah. I've been watching the program.
Yeah.
And I was pissing myself at the end of the first season. because Grimsby Town knocked them out of the playoffs. The thing is that everybody's going absolutely bananas because they've been promoted. But they got promoted in 3rd place. Yeah, they made promotion, I think, by about 2 points.
Yeah, it's not like, so much that they've been promoted that they're happy that they celebrate. It's just before Ryan Reynolds took over, they were pretty much about to be forced to go bankrupt.
Oh yeah, they were being wound down.
Yeah. And now they're getting new parts of the stands built. They're being promoted and everything.
Oh yeah, it's all going great guns for them.
Yeah, and it's done a hell of a lot for North Wales.
Oh yeah, it will do. It just goes to show what a bit of investment in a football team will do by some celebrities.
Yeah.
It's like that. There are a lot of ex-players now who are looking to invest in Wrexham.
Yeah.
Mesut Ozil has got a consortium together and they're buying 5% of Wrexham.
Yeah.
It could have been any club that those guys purchased. Yeah. But Wrexham has got a lot of heritage.
Yeah.
Especially in the footballing world. But it used to be the main stadium for Welsh international football.
Yeah.
And it's what those two are aiming for again. Now, if they can split it between the north and the south, that's going to do even more for Wrexham.
Yeah.
And things like that, the way those two have behaved and what they've done has proved they're not just here for the short term.
Yeah.
Those two guys are in it for the long term.
Yeah. Well, they'd be getting all their Hollywood mates to come over and watch the matches with them and everything, haven't they? And then let the papers take photos of them.
Yep.
And they've done a hell of a lot for tourism in the area.
Oh yeah! Oh god, yeah.
We've got Americans coming over and everything now just to see where Wrexham was filmed.
Yeah. Yeah, just coming across.
Around.
Who the hell are Wrexham?
Yeah. But then they're coming around looking, the rest of North Wales, looking at all the castles and looking at all the little towns and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's done good. I mean, we literally over the road from me, about 200 meters away from my house, we've got an 800-year-old abbey.
Wow.
Or what's left of it after the Reformation. But yeah, and then up the road we've got an 800-year-old 1200, I think it's 1200-year-old what's it called? Pilgrimage site.
Okay.
St. Winifred's Well.
I thought you were going to say St. Winifred's Choir.
No, St. Winifred's Well.
Do you know who St. Winifred's Choir are?
No.
Grandma, we love you. Do you remember that one now?
No, before my time, mate.
I know about the Battle of Waterloo, but it didn't mean I was there.
Yes, but like I said, my brain works on history. It doesn't work on songs. Chalky says, Jim, aye, buddy, but we are gentlemen and take it outside. Tiffany says, we can understand you fine, Chalky. Gary says, I am fluent in 2 languages, English and bollocks. Gary, he says, football is a sport I dislike, and especially its knuckle-dragging thuggish fans.
Oh, don't. I'm a huge football fan. Always have been. Played at a decent level up in Scotland. Played in the Highland League up there before I smashed my knee up. And some of the fans, it's just like, why? Why can't you just be normal? Yes, hoot and roll, sing songs, sing rude songs, sing really nasty songs.
Yeah, well, they're banning that, aren't they?
Yeah, but just don't beat people up because they support a different team.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Yep.
Sonic says, Jim, absolutely. During old firm games, Rangers versus Celtic, there's always trouble, bitter rivals, or enemies for a better word. Yeah, it's just childish, immature, and bollocks.
Well, it's sectarianism.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That one is sectarianism.
Yeah. That's like the epitome of not evolving into a modern human. Tribe. Must smash other tribe. Sonic says, I'm fluent in gibberish. Tiff says, Bearded Veteran Creates, it's 1 p.m. Yeah, it's all right, don't worry. Jim says, tragically in the US, there is occasionally deaths at sporting events. Stupid, terrible, and totally uncalled for. Yeah. That happens here sometimes as well, but it's usually cardiac arrests and things.
Yeah.
Especially if they've just shortly after the a certain thing was issued to the public over the last few years that we're not going to talk about.
Okay.
DJ Sonic says, not to be confused with Scottish, although they sound the same. Chalky on Jim, on Derby Day in Glasgow, it can be kill on sight in certain circles. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, they used to have literally gangs called firms, didn't they?
Oh, they still do.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
For example, West Ham's is called the Intercity Gang.
Hmm.
The Intercity firm.
Well, I was watching a documentary about it the other week, and they were saying a lot of it comes from in the 80s and 90s where people, the blokes had lost a lot of their sense of community, like because from working in the mines and stuff like that.
Mm.
All their sense of community had been smashed. So what they did is to find a sense of community and identity was they made these firms that would go and watch football and then have a good fight, get it out of the system, and then go back to work on the Monday.
Mm. And it didn't just come from the 80s. It's from the 70s.
Yeah,
That started.
that's what I mean. 70s.
Yeah.
See, before my time, football, I don't know. But yeah. It's people that don't know how to occupy their own mind and control their own behaviors.
Yeah.
Dorkosaurus said, I would love to come over and ride a motorcycle all over looking at all the historical stuff. You absolutely should. There is plenty of it, especially in Wales.
Oh, there's plenty of it all over the country, not just Wales.
Well, one of my favourite motorbike rides that I ever did was me and my nan and granddad we were on holiday down in Fishguard. So my dad said to me, do you fancy going to Fishguard this weekend? I was like, oh, can't be asked sitting in the car all that for 4 hours. Oh, no, I was thinking more we go on our motorbikes through the mountains and everything. I was like, yeah, awesome.
Nice.
But my dad forgot to didn't bother to put on his waterproofs, and we went through the Snowdonia Range and everything. And the range coming upwards. So we're having to lean at a 45-degree angle to keep the bike straight. And next minute, my dad's in front, and all I see is this wagon coming up the road, and my dad disappear under a wave of water. And all I can hear over the intercom in the helmet was, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" We got off the garage, stopped at the garage at the bottom of the mountain, and he came walking over to me, and all he said, "I think I need to get changed." He was absolutely dripping, but it's one of the best bike rides ever.
Yeah, I bet.
Mountains, then going along the coastal roads and everything. Tiff says, there's some beautiful places in England. There certainly are. Just a shame they're not English. Jim says, in 2011, the hockey fans of Vancouver, BC went on rampage through their own city after the Canucks lost the Stanley Cup final. That seems a bit counterproductive, doesn't it? Going on rampage through your own city. Gary says, have to go. Benji needs feeding. Is that what you call it?
Take care, bud.
Good night, Gary. I'll see you on Discord this afternoon if you come back on. Tiff says, bye, Gary. See you on the next one. Dorkosaurus says, bye, Gary. Gary says, TTFN, Tiff. He also says, see you, Dorkosaurus. And Sonic says, take it easy, Gary. And then he says, jumping on Discord after the stream, Mikey. Yep, most likely. I usually do. Chalky says, Dorkosaurus, I love riding my motorbike along Scottish back roads. It's such fun. It is.
Yeah.
We've got a road not far from us called the Mold Denby Road. And it is synonymous with bikers in North Wales. Every biker rides it because it pretty much goes in a straight line, but it's just got loads of curves in it. Nice curves that you just sway around. And it's always long. It's all fields and countryside. And it's about 10, 15 miles, or something like that. But there's no speed cameras or anything. There's just the occasional police officer.
Yeah.
But there was an accident there a few years, about 10 years ago. So when I was in the ambulance service, my instructor was talking about it because one of the guys on the course was also in the local fire brigade, local fire service.
Yeah.
And we both attended this incident. And what happened was a load of cyclists were riding. They were riding abreast, but there was that many of them that there's like 3 or 4 rows abreast going in abreast. So there's like 10, 15 bikers, cyclists or something. And they would take, instead of sitting all in a line on the left-hand side, like I said, they were all abreast. And this car come along, because it's a 60-mile-an-hour road, 60 mile an hour, round the bend, not had time to see him, and just gone straight through him.
Oh.
And they said they were getting out the fire engine and the ambulances, and they're having to watch where they put their foot down, because if they didn't, they'd stand on a kidney, or they're standing on bits of arms and things like that. And literally, the fire brigade's job was just to pick up body parts and put them into bags.
Yeah. The thing is, at the end of the day, that's not the driver's fault.
Exactly. They were riding abreast, and it was on a 60-mile-an-hour road.
Then that's their own stupid faults.
Yep.
Right, are we going to finish off the comments and then knock it on the head?
Yeah.
Because I'm up to that stage now, so just let things grind.
Dorkosaurus says, laugh my ass off. I know how that feels. I've been rained on many times. Jim says, I would love to cycle all over the UK and Europe too. Ooh. Sonic says, some of the scenery here is breathtaking. Makes me proud to be Scottish. Chalky says, Bearded, I used to live in Macclesfield and used to run up to the Cat and Fiddle the same route as the British Rally. That route is a biker killer. Yeah. Right. So, with that all said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see what Steph has done today.
Right. I have closed it up.
Nice.
And I've got all my eyes in the right places.
All right.
Yep. So I've just got to finish off cleaning up this, flattening this down. So I'll get some. That bit and that bit. So I've got to get this bit in there and glued in place.
Mm-hmm.
So that needs trimming up, and then it'll need filing back, and then
on yours, is that piece a different colour to the rest of it? Because it is on mine.
Ever so slightly.
Yeah. Because on mine it's slate grey.
No, on this one, nope, they're all red and white.
Cool.
So, and then glue that bit in place, and then I've got the 2 bits I cut out that will be spare. Well, they'll be on the diorama.
Yeah.
So that's how it's looking at the moment.
Are you doing some World War One ground crew with it or something?
No, because I'm crap at painting figures. So yeah, that ain't happening, mate. Not
Fair
at
enough.
home. So yeah, that's what it looks like.
Cool.
So I'm quite happy with that at the moment.
Excellent.
So that's where I am. What about you, Mikey?
Me, I have cleaned up the prop, ready for spraying and painting. When it focuses, come on, focus on me, not the bloody cutting mat. There we go. So clean that up. Got rid of the seams. And I have used my engineer's square to put the struts on.
Cool.
Or the outboard struts, anyway. I just hope we've got them on the right way. Oh, I also drilled the holes out for the struts as well.
If you have a look there, it shows you it should be ever so slightly the vertical, the longer
Yes.
one, which should be ever so slightly backwards.
Yeah. So the back one should be pretty much vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what I've got, so
Cool.
should be right. It'll be all right. Right. Before we go, last few words from our adoring fan base. Jim says, thanks for the show, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much, Jim. Glad you enjoyed it.
Jim?
Sonic says, on the next episode, how to build a bomb. No.
I can do that.
Yes, he could do that. He was an armorer. Although I don't recommend it.
Nope.
Dorksaurus says, sorry, go on, Steph.
You get in trouble.
Yes. Dorksaurus says, it was nice hanging out with you all. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Nice hanging out with you too, Dorksaurus. Don't forget to like and subscribe, dude. Or do that. Whichever you are. It's been a pleasure having you with us.
It has.
Tiff says, thanks for another great stream, Mikey and Steph. Catch you next week. Awesome.
Excellent. Thanks, Tiff.
Switch my camera over. This is the really technical bit now.
Yeah, it's been nice having you, Tiff.
Yeah, having you on the chat. Yes. We know what our fan base is like.
Yes.
We had her on the chat. We didn't have her. Sonic says, looking forward to the next one. Cheers, guys. Awesome.
Cheers,
Boom.
Sonic.
We shall be here next Friday.
Yep.
Do you want to say your bye, Steph?
I do. Yep. So, see you next Friday, guys. Take care. Have fun. Be safe. Keep modelling.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Right up, so go on and do not stop till his tail's down near your prop. If he only crashes this side in flames.